Yo guys, what's going on? LifeOfRio here, and I just want to talk to you guys about corrosive projection. And to me, this is the biggest band-aid fix in Warframe, because this aura mod has definitely caused a lot of issues to how players even play the game and how you're supposed to mod. It literally changed the meta in Warframe, period. And I understand this because the armor scaling in Warframe is definitely terrible and it should be fixed. And so this is players' only way of dealing with the armor scaling in Warframe. And it's been like that for so many years now. But the problem with this is that new players tend to only fall in love with this one because the players that they're learning from has told them that this is the #1 aura mod to go to, and you should form most of your frames for this aura mod. And if you don't have it, most of the time you're not welcome in parties. You're definitely kicked out of parties because they have to get someone else because you weren't formatted correctly. And it's kind of weird to say you weren't formatted correctly because you don't have a dash polarity on your frame. So definitely let me know in the comment section if you guys know what I'm talking about, to where, you know, in the recruitment chat, to where people are saying that you need to have corrosive projection. If you don't have it, then you know they have to get somebody else. But here's the thing about what's going on. The people who believe that corrosive projection is the only meta and the only way to do certain things, they're really, I would say, annoying, because they don't give you any kind of way out on how you should build. Now, I get it. We're not talking about, let's go ahead and go back in time a little bit. Before the raids came out, before raids and sorties or anything like that came out, corrosive projection was always meta. If you didn't have it, it was always there. If you didn't have it, it was always frowned upon for you to not have it. So you had to go format your frame to put a dash polarity. Now, the thing is with that, what was the purpose for you to have corrosive projection back in the day when there were no raids and there were no sorties or anything like that? There was none. There was no purpose for it, but everybody always said that's what you needed. And we all know that corrosive projection upon its own, if you're playing in solo and you're formatting your frame for just a dash to use corrosive projection, it makes no sense, because corrosive projection is best used within a group. And so the thing is, now let's fast forward to where raids and everything came out. Using forward corrosive projection in the raid, killing Vahek, taking away his armor real quick, I kind of understand that meta. That kind of goes together because you want to run through the raids as quick as possible. That I have no problem with. The general concept on what I don't understand is how people tend to definitely say that you can't really do anything unless you have corrosive projection. And the thing is, most of the Warframe community are not doing anything to where armor scaling is a problem. And if you guys pay attention to it, majority of the community goes to only like low levels. They run like little 20-30 minute missions, and armor scaling at those levels is not a problem. Any weapon in the game can definitely handle what you're the content that you're playing. And so a lot of players still tell you that you need corrosive projection. So I never got the point, because now it just locks you into just having a dash polarity, to where most people don't use any of the other aura mods. And I can tell you the only other aura mods that actually get used are like steel charge, and then you have, let's say, corrosive projection, and some people that use, you know, rifle amp or pistol amp, whatever the case is. Oh, and growing power. So the V and the dash is definitely the strongest, even though rejuvenation is actually a great aura mod, but it's definitely looked down upon because, you know, corrosive projection is definitely meta, or just the dash polarity, period. And if you go and look into your arsenal, if you're a person that form a lot of your frames, most of the time a dash polarity is what's going to be on all your frames. And if you see me with a dash polarity on any of my frames, it's definitely going to be for enemy radar, because that's the way how I play. Now, I've done, you guys know, I don't need to say that I've done it. You guys know the runs that I do, and all of those runs are done without corrosive projection because I like to have fun at the game. Now, here's the thing. That's very opinionated for me to say have fun at the game, because who am I to say you using corrosive projection isn't having fun at the game? The better way of saying this is to say, you know, that me not using corrosive projection is a better way of saying that you do not need corrosive projection to get this type of content finished, or get this type of content out the way, because most people say you cannot complete it or you can't do this without corrosive projection. And I just think that's just unfair on how the community is locked into just one mindset with that. Now, I know it's a few people in the community that, you know, go outside the box without using corrosive projection, but some that always think that that mod is meta and every frame should be built with that is just very, very annoying to me. And I hate seeing new players being locked into that mindset to where they think that you have to have corrosive projection. And corrosive projection players, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, know, you can, you know, let me know in the comment section, they're very, very toxic people, because if you don't have it on, the first thing that they say most of the time, majority of them, is that either you're stupid or you have to have this on, or who teach you how to build, your build sucks. Like, it's a lot of things that go into it. All of my solos I do is without corrosive projection, because corrosive projection doesn't help in solo. So if you're a solo player and you think that corrosive projection helps you, it really, really doesn't. It's really a group aura mod. And the reason why I say at the start of the video is that this is just a band-aid upon Warframe is because this is just the only way to deal with the armor scaling. And I understand why people fall into that mindset, because they want to deal with the armor scaling. But at the same time, you guys all know people aren't really doing high-level content to where they even need corrosive projection. So to where all these people try to teach you about builds and you need corrosive projection, I just never understood it. And how many times of the day are you in a public match and everybody has corrosive projection on? Most of the people are just doing random stuff. So why even build for a dash polarity or waste a forma in building for a dash polarity when you don't need it? Now, if you just like the dash polarities because those are your favorite, I completely understand. But I'm just saying, when you're trying to force it up on others to say that this is meta and this is what you need, I never really got that and I never really understood it. But definitely let me know your thoughts in the comment section, guys. I would really like to see this aura mod not be as meta coming up on in the next few years of Warframe's life, or whatever it has going on. It really needs to be changed, and the damage system should be looked upon to where all aura mods can definitely be used in every group without it being frowned upon, because armor should definitely be fixed. And I really hate how most people just push that aura mod upon others, because it's just so annoying. I don't think it's even worth it if you already have 4 formas on your frame but you don't have a dash polarity, and people won't let you play in the group because you definitely need it. And guys, I've excluded raids from this. Like, I talked about raids earlier, but I've definitely excluded raids from it because, you know, I understand how some people definitely want to use it with Vayhek, because you want to speed run that raid, get the raid out there. But I'm talking about for everyday content on what people are doing. And I do runs up to 5-6 hours and I don't use corrosive projection, because you can counter corrosive projection with many different ways. There's frames that have, you know, the mod for it and different things like that. But, you know, oh, by the way, guys, that teabag, just so you guys don't, you know, attack me in the comment section, this was a Banshee 1v1 in the MOT, and we were going at it, so we're not picking each other up, by the way, just so you guys know. But other than that, guys, definitely let me know your thoughts about this. If you would like to see this meta being changed with corrosive projection, because the other aura mods definitely need a buff in many different regards. So I will catch you guys later on the next Warframe video. Also, guys, be sure to follow me on Twitter, because on Twitter, if you're a PC player, be sure to follow me on Twitter. I'm posting glyph codes on Twitter so you guys can gain my glyphs and you guys can have my glyph in game. Now, my Twitter is LifeOfRio, so make sure that all of you guys follow me, PC or not. I update a lot of you guys for plat giveaways and things that are going on in my channel. So I will catch you guys then.